Hi everybody, today we're going to take a look at another vintage headshot and resume from an actor slash actress, and today we're going to take a look at one from Hannah Marks. Hi everybody, Beanmeister22 here, and yes, this is clearly a vintage headshot because she looks a lot younger in this than she does on television these days. And looking at her resume, there's a whole lot of things that I have seen her in that are not on this resume. In fact, looking on the resume, I have seen nothing on this resume. Where do we know her from? Well, we know her from that episode on the TV show Grimm, where she played a homeless person, a street teenager, being preyed on for body parts. But much more importantly, and a lot more bigger, is we know her from the character Amanda Brotzman on the 2 seasons of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Now, really quick about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Both seasons were quite different. They only had 2 seasons. The show had Samuel Barnett, who played Dirk Gently, but the famous person on the show was Elijah Wood, who actually played Hannah's brother in the show. And then several other actors and actresses that you have seen in other shows, but you may not know their name. The first season was set in Seattle, Washington, but I'm pretty sure it was filmed up in Canada, as are a lot of things these days. But more of the BC/British Columbia part of Canada. You know, not the French part, but the English part. But they pretended to be in Seattle. And yes, Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency might sound like a weird name for a TV show, but they are based on the novels from Douglas Adams. You know, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy guy. Some of his writing is pretty good and enjoyable, and some is just a little too out there. But I stumbled on the TV series, not even knowing it existed, because I thought I was buying one of the Douglas Adams books. I thought a new Dirk Gently's book had come out that I had never heard of, and then a DVD arrives at home. What the heck? Amazon, what'd you do? And then I looked, all right, set it on my shelf, ignored it, and then finally, 6, 8, 9 months later, put it in the video machine and say, hey, this is kind of weird and good and quirky in its own way. So yes, that's how I know about Hannah Marks. So looking at her resume, she was in Saving Grace, Weeds, Ugly Betty, CSI Miami, Criminal Minds, TV show called Everybody Hates Chris. I gotta tell my buddies about that one. She did some theater, and under training, well, there's no special training. It just says where she might have learned some things. And something we have not seen in many resumes, she does not have a section called special skills or abilities or things along that nature. I would put under her special skills is she is good at playing characters with attitude. All right. Leave your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching.
Beanmeister22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.